I used to work the night shift at a small gas station just outside of town. It was one of those lonely places you will see along a nearly deserted highway. Flickering lights, one pump barely working, and a constant hum of vending machine in the background. Most nights were the same. A trucker or two would stop in. A tired mom would come by for gas, and sometimes the local police would grab coffee. Other than that, it was just me, the buzzing lights, and the empty darkness outside. But there was one night I will never forget. The night that it was a Wednesday around 2:30 a.m. The store was completely empty, and I was behind the counter scrolling through my phone, trying not to fall asleep. That's when the door chimed. A man walked in. He was tall, gaunt, and wearing a long black coat that dragged slightly against the floor. What struck me most was how pale he looked, almost sickly. His eyes avoided mine, and instead he just stood at the counter in silence. I asked, "Can I help you with something?" For a moment, he didn't respond. He just breathed, slow, heavy, like he was exhausted. Then, in a whisper so faint I almost did not hear it, he said, "They followed me here." Before I could ask what he meant, he turned and walked quickly to the back, pushing open the restroom door and slamming it shut. It was left standing there, confused and uneasy. After a minute of silence, I decided to check the security monitor. There are 6 cameras in a total, one above the counter, two covering the pumps, one facing the lot, and two in the back. At first, everything looked normal. Empty parking lot, empty road. Then I noticed something. By the gas pump stood a figure. It wasn't moving, just standing there. The camera quality was bad, but I could see it was tall and thin, facing the store. I leaned close to the screen, trying to make out a face, but there was nothing, just a blur. Then another figure appeared, standing a few feet from the first, then a third. Within minutes, there were three of them, motionless, all staring directly toward the glass door. I picked up the phone to call the police, but before I could dial, the restroom door creaked open. Then a man in black coat stepped out. His eyes were wide, darting nervously around the store. He looked at monitors and then at me. His voice cracked as he whispered. Before I could see anything, the lights cut out. The hammer store died instantly. I was plunged into complete darkness. The only sound was the faint buzzing of the lights trying to flicker back on, and then something else. Tapping sound. At first soft, like raindrops on glass, then louder, slow, deliberate taps against the front door. My heart was pounding. I tried to use my phone as a light, but my hands were shaking. I pointed it toward the counter and nearly dropped it when I saw the man was gone. The restroom was empty. The AC lifts were empty. I was completely alone. The tapping at the glass grew louder. It wasn't just one anymore. It was several multiple knocks, echoing through the silence. When the lights flickered back on for a second, I saw them. Four tall figures pressed against the glass, their faces pale and distorted eyes completely black. Their long hands smeared against the doors as they tried to push them open. Then the lights cut out again. I froze behind the counter, clutching the phone, but it had no signal, no sound, but tapping faster, harder, more desperate, and then silence. When the power finally returned, the terror were empty. The parking lot was empty. Not a single car, not a single person. And the man in court had vanished completely. I checked the cameras over and over, but there was nothing. No footage of the figure. No man walking into a restaurant, nothing. When the morning shift arrived, I didn't say a word. I just clocked out, got into my car, and drove away. I never went back. The gas station is still open. Sometimes when I drive past at night, I can't help but glance at the doors. Every time I expect to see pale hands pressing against the glass, waiting for me to be inside again.